AG Labs, my name is Ben. Good morning, hello and welcome to the micro soldering show. Today on a beautiful Monday, I'm really sick from the weekend. I had a party on Saturday and yesterday, the whole day starting at 6 o'clock in the morning until yesterday in the evening about 6 o'clock, I just laying at the couch and just I was completely game over. I'm really, my stomach, my head, and today I'm still broken. I'm not back to life again, I'm back to dead again, really. So I learned that I just learned that I'm too old to do parties like that. So drinking too much alcohol is just fucked up and not a good thing, really. So I don't like it anymore. Today in the morning we just start by an iPhone 8. I hope that my hands are calm enough to do the work today in the morning, because I'm really hardly fucked up. But we try to get it. We have an iPhone 8 here. It was mailed in on Saturday and Andy already opened it just for doing a quotation and got it to the DC power supply, and what he had was just if you press the power button you get directly 500 milliamps, and I want to see where the issue is. At the moment I'm alone at the company, the others will come within the next minutes, I think, or within the next hour, because we have 9 o'clock, some minutes later, and I think the rest of the crew will come in about some minutes. So, okay. Then let's check what about that device. Andy already opened it and just got it to the power supply. And corresponding to the values on the power supply, we do our quotation, and if the customer then says, okay, you can do that, we start by repairing the phone. So let's see where the issue is. I hope today in the morning that we got no special issues, because I can't do any special cases today, I think. I try to get a CPU later, but I have to work really slowly because my hands are not calm enough today in the morning. It's crazy. I feel like I didn't sleep for 5 nights, and really I can't understand. Back in the days, 5 years ago, if I had a party, no problem, I awake the next morning and just could have the next party. But every year it's getting harder and harder. If I have a party, I'm really sick for about 2 or 3 days or 4 days. So it's just crazy how things turn in your life if you get older. It's really hard. So today for me it's just more interesting to do things with my kids and just relax and take the time with them, as to do parties, drink alcohol, and yeah. But I wanted to do one time in the year. I have a party, and on the next party I will have a party, but without alcohol like that, because it was just crazy. Okay, what about that device? Let's see. So before I start by repairing, I just want to do a quick video for Instagram to show them directly 500 milliamps. Okay, that's not correct. That's not the value we want to see, so we take the thermal cam. I hope that that DHL comes today, because in Germany we have a hurricane at the moment, and it's really crazy out there. So I don't know if we get some stuff today in the morning. So let's see what happens if we push the power button. 500 milliamps. Okay, we get out the clue stickers to see more. Oh, this looks like could be CPU related. The only thing which is heating up, like I think, could be on the front. So, and somebody already sold it here. Do you see that? Somebody was already on this. Yeah, okay. I already thought at the back side the stickers were really, at the top side it wasn't original, and bottom side, that's crazy. Somebody already worked on that. Okay, I just tried to get up the EMI shield on the front, and let's see what's happened here. Okay, what's happened to this phone? Okay, the CPU was already done. Do you see that? Somebody already did the CPU on this phone. Somebody already was working on the CPU. Okay, so why people working on CPU? I didn't want to have a hard case today in the morning. Okay, it's the CPU. You see, iPhone 8, CPU related problem. I will solve that now, hopefully. Hopefully, because I don't know if the CPU is just not correctly soldered down, if we got a connection under the CPU between bolts, or if the CPU is broken because of overheating. This was a completely swapped device, you see? This is a swapped device, board swap device. Here you see baseband CPU, all was done before. Okay, got it out. Doesn't look as bad as I thought. I saw things which looked much harder, like this. Here is the amount of solder is a little bit too high, so perhaps it was just not correctly reballed. But I saw definitely things which looked more bad than this. There are more and more people here in Germany who come to the CPU level, and I really appreciate that. But I often, in the last weeks and months, I get CPUs which were made and just don't work correctly. So that's okay for me. But I think before you can do these works at customer boards, customer devices, you should try and try and try and work on the skill level. Okay. Okay, I think this looks okay. So we can have a look at the CPU. First thing today in the morning directly is CPU. After a weekend like this. But that looks pretty okay to me. All the pads are there. Cleaned, nice. So whoever has did this job, it was not bad. But I don't understand why was it mailed here? Because if the shop mailed it to another company, why they didn't mail it back to them for the guarantee? Because now they pay money again here. And otherwise it would be cost free. Or they bought the phone from somebody and it was like that. Could be happened in this way too. But here, see, the work isn't bad, which was done before. So I really saw CPUs which looked much more bad than that. So my respect for that work, even if we got a problem now. Now we just do the reball. Just having a look if my stencil is clean. Yes, it is. By the way, at the moment we are working at our own stencil line and our own CPU tool line. So within the next weeks I will give you some information about that. pretty painful. Now we just need I just need my red tweezers here, and we do the reball. Circle, 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 circle to don't get any bend here. And I love these Kionli gold stencils, really. Looks good, I think. Yes. Okay, take a clean room wipe, a little bit of contact cleaner. Wipe it one time. Having a look if all the balls are connected. Yes, they are. Want to use one time the brush. And I think this looks pretty good. Just some dirt here. And okay. So, and this is without reflow, only the reball. Now we just do the reflow. And reflow, let them balls reset. Done. Okay, I just want to take a photo. to me, baby. Okay, and let's solder that CPU back to the board. Which is, before I want to check the value for the board. See that all is okay. That we got no other issues on the board. And it's fine. .004 without CPU, with NAND on it and baseband CPU on it, but without CPU, so that's a value which is really okay. Just clean up the board one more time. Then I control the CPU so there is no dirt under it. Okay. And then we can get the CPU back to the board. Here at the left upper area, you see that as they did the CPU before, now it's the right down area here, they just were a little bit hot by using the hot air. So that could be done better. But okay, things like this happen. In the whole process was no bad work before. Oh, I don't know if I can kick the CPU today with the tweezers. I don't think so, because my hands aren't calm enough. I think tomorrow I'm fully back to life again. But today I will just relax and get well again. Come on. Flux. Come out of the side so I see the CPU is okay. No, my hands aren't calm enough, you see. But this looks okay for me. It's crazy how you need your hands for work and how they have to be absolutely calm. If it isn't like that, it's really, really bad. Having a look from the side, and you see the bolts here are all nice connected. Other side, having a look. Looks pretty good. Just cool down for a short time. Connecting the ambient light sensor too, so we got a bright image. Connecting DC power supply, starting the phone, and still the same issue. So that's a CPU related problem. I think it has been overheated on the repair before. I showed to you under the thermal. So I will get up this video anyway just for you to show that it's really important that you take care to who you send your phone, because the work itself looked really clean. Here we got exactly the same issue, and yeah, it looks like, first I thought it doesn't look like a RAM damage, but here you can see it a little bit more better now. At my last try the board was a little bit heated up. It's the left down area of the CPU. It's a RAM related problem, so we can now measure that. I just tried to hook up ZXW. I'm really sorry about that, people, but I think it's okay if I show things like that too, because at the whole process it was okay, but you saw that in some areas we got solder balls. Just having a look again under the microscope. Do you see that here? It's really interesting. Do you see that here? Here, solder balls. Set that here, solder ball, and here solder ball. So, if you use too much heat on removing the CPU, the problem is that the RAM can get a short, and if RAM is shorted, and you have already separated the CPU from the board, there are not many possibilities to get that done now. So what we can do now, and what I want to do later, not in this video because my hands are really not calm enough, so I want to do it tomorrow in the morning. Perhaps I do it in a video. So I get up the solder again from the CPU, and then I scrape the RAM from the CPU. Okay, I scrape it down, because now I can't separate the RAM from the CPU by using hot air, because that just doesn't work. We used 183 solder, before they used 183 too, so it's just not possible, because if we heat up the RAM we need to go with 450 degrees to get the RAM down, and that's just not possible without melting the solder under the CPU, and it won't work. So in this case we only can separate the RAM from the CPU by using CNC, but CNC is really a lot of work in this case, because a CPU was already done, so the height is another one from the board to the CPU level, and you have to level a lot on the CNC. So that's, for me, it's done much better by just using a Dremel and get down at one side and then scrape the rest by using the knife, and after that getting a new RAM. But I don't have an A11 RAM here, so I have to order an A11 RAM, and the problem is at the moment China is completely down. So I take another CPU, A11. Having a look if, yeah, I got some A11s here. So, and in this case I want to scrape the CPU side down completely. So I have a RAM at the one side, and at the other side I scrape the CPU area down until I see the RAM, and then I do, out of these two CPUs, I just build one CPU with RAM. Okay, so and now we have a look at, I thought, okay, perhaps we are lucky. I didn't took any measurements now, because taking down and reballing and solder back the CPU is a fast work, and if there are any balls under the CPU connected to each other, it can happen too that you get around 500 milliamp. Normally, if you got a full shorted RAM, you are about 1.3 amps. Okay, so not only 500 milliamps. So in this case, I think we have shorted. We have a shorted line on. Let's see, perhaps it's 1V8IO, that would be bad. Let's have a look for the RAM lines. RAM. Could be GPU SRAM in this area. I need to check later, but it doesn't make any sense. So you see it, I showed it to you on On the terminal you see that the problem with the RAM, you can imagine the RAM like 4 windows on the CPU. So we got one window here, one here, one here, and one here. Oh, let's see. One here, one here, one here, and one here. I can show to you under the microscope. So one window here, one here, one here, one here, and in that RAM window we got a short, and because of that the phone can't boot and goes directly to 500 milliamps. As I checked before, the board was hot because I took out the EMI shield and I only saw a point which was getting hot here in that area. So I thought, okay, normally if CPU has been already done, it's connected bolts under the CPU because of a bad Reball. But I think here the technician who did this job wasn't bad, but he used too much heat, or I can do it with much heat too, but he was too slow on removing the CPU, and so we got now shorted RAM. Perhaps I can do it in a video tomorrow. I can't swear because I need to see how time gets. So perhaps we can do it. If I can do it, I will do it. And I hope you liked the video anyway, because you saw a nice CPU reball and you saw how to clean the board and to get the CPU back again. Yeah. Okay, we see us with the next video. If you want to learn things like that easily, you can do that in a one-on-one training at our Bottler Repair School Germany, directly with me or Andy. If you're working at the repair industry for smartphones and tablets, you can easily join our Facebook group, Smartphone Repair Group Germany, but please answer the questions, otherwise you can't be accepted. I'm out by the ICC Pro. It will be available at the market at the 1st of March 2020. You can do a pre-order now. I hope you do it, because this is a tool which every technician in the world needs. I'm out. Boom. Back to life again. Use Ben. Don't drink much alcohol, otherwise you look like me. Boom.